So this happened on FlashCast on Saturday night, and my brain still can't really wrap itself around the fact that there's more information. After such a big public trial, after two public trials, there's still pieces of information that, like, just regular people like me who seem to have spent, like, way too much time learning things still don't know. And so I thought, you know what? I'm not the only one. I'm posting it up for you guys to know too. So enjoy and let me know in the comments if this is news to you or if it's not.
Blackmailed, huh?
I don't know
if I don't know if he's going to pay for this. Like,
Yeah, it
he
would be
doesn't
cheaper to
seem
pay
to be
for a
firmly
hitman.
on her side anymore.
Yeah, he's still buried up in all of that. There's a lot of stuff there's still stuff that hasn't come out. Did you see that dropped that came from Adam Waldman? As in it was like his from 2019. It kind of blew apart the counterclaim. For some reason, they didn't show it in the trial, but it was that Josh Drew. He was confirming that all of this was a setup by Amber Heard, Rocky Pennington. Did you see that today? It came from Waldman. He's saying he's writing Ben Chu and Camille Vasquez, and this is from 2019. And he's saying, I just interviewed Josh Drew, and he's saying all of these things. Now that's not hearsay because it's lawyer's notes. I mean, it's essentially a legal document, so he's allowed to go in and he's allowed to present that. They would be allowed to present it, ask Josh Drew about all of that, so they could have. It's not like therapist notes. There's the world of distinction there. Again, this didn't pop up in court. This has never popped up anywhere, actually. But you'll note, I mean, and it's a good question. Why didn't it? Because as far as the counterclaim is concerned, the portion that they lost, spilled a little wine and all of that. Well, apparently that didn't just come from Adam Waldman. That came from Josh Drew. So he said, I have interviewed Drew. Here are a few key points from that call. Rocky, that would be Rocky or Raquel Pennington, the best friend of that at that time. Josh Drew was her then fiance. So he would definitely know everything that was going on back then. He would be in a key position for it. Rocky and Amber's sworn testimony that she was summoned by an 8:07 p.m. text to come help her with a berserk Johnny was quote unquote a lie. Rocky was hiding in penthouse 5 all along, almost certainly in a coat closet by the front door, which explains both the security guard's testimony that she never came past them and was already in the apartment when they entered, and Johnny's that Rocky just came out of nowhere past his right shoulder to go stand with Amber. Super important fact, and I hope you'll repeat it. This makes the whole thing a setup, and it discredits both their testimony. Amber was sleeping with Elon Musk all the week after the 21st, obviously not on Franco's night, the 22nd. There was a witness that we didn't hear. Actually, there were a couple of witnesses that we didn't hear from the Eastern Columbia building that talked about Elon Musk was there so often. Well, you remember that from the trial in the UK. There was a person that Trinity Esparza that even said that she had marks on her.
21st, never to return. I was working at the front desk of the Eastern Columbia lofts. On that late June or early July morning, Elon Musk came down from the only elevator that goes to the penthouses and asked me to fob him to the garage. It was around 9 a.m. in the morning, and he looked like he had just woken up with messy hair. I did not know who he was until a resident who saw me send him to the garage told me that was Elon Musk, his hero. I spoke with Mr. Romero about Mr. Musk, and he knew Mr. Musk to be a regular visitor to Mr. Depp's penthouse and had observed him visiting her many times. Mr. Romero said that he had been visiting Miss Heard late at night when Mr. Depp was away for more than a year at that point. On the same day after Elon Musk departed the building, Miss Heard came down and approached me for help, explaining that she had dropped her keys down the trash chute. When we were standing next to each other, I could see a number of marks on Miss Heard's body. She had 3 small round bruises on the left side of her neck and 2 band-aids on her arm. Miss Heard also had a faint mark on her left cheek below her eye. That mark was approximately half an inch in length. I did not discuss any of the marks with Miss Heard. I believe that the facts stated in this witness statement are true. Signed, Trinity Corinna Esparza, December 12th, 2019.
And it goes along with the statement here. Amber and Musk were into some kinky things together. He didn't elaborate. We heard about the Kara, whatever that model's last name is. Josh Drew talked about the 3 ways that he was Musk was having with them, and he brought up some other kinky business. But that I'm like, wow. During that time, they all sat together in Penthouse 3 on the phone with Samantha Spector, her divorce lawyer, who was guiding them to quote unquote write it all down to get their story straight before calling the cops.
So that bit right there about how they got their stories together so they could call the cops, it blows my mind, because I remember how much in some of the audio footage just between Johnny and Amber, she's like begging to get him back and swearing she didn't call the cops and she has nothing to do with it. I think she even said that on the stand. They said Io did it and Io was in New York, and oh my gosh. So I searched around, and guess what? There's audio of Rocky Pennington calling the cops from downstairs.
21, 2016, 20, 27, and 27 seconds.
911 emergency operator 278. Hi, I need to report an assault right now happening. Okay, are you there right now, ma'am? No, I'm downstairs. It's the Eastern Building, downtown LA.
20, 27, and 57
right,
seconds.
Somebody was being physically assaulted? Yeah.
7 seconds.
A woman. Who was hurting her? A man. Is that her boyfriend?
20,
A man. That's all I know.
17 seconds.
Did you witness it? No, I happen to know that it's happening,
Saturday,
and I just need
May
to remain anonymous. How do you know this is going on, though?
28
she told me.
And
Okay, so this is a friend of yours? Yeah. Okay, so what did she say, that this guy was assaulted her or hit her? Physically assaulting her, yeah. Okay, but this isn't a boyfriend or anything like that? Yes, it could be,
28
yeah.
and
okay, is it her boyfriend, yes or no?
Seconds.
Yes. Okay. Your friend, did she relay this information to you via text, or were you talking to her?
29 and 17 seconds.
What's her name?
Saturday, May 20.
Her name, Amber.
2016.
Send somebody up, please.
So, I mean, Josh Drew basically turned on his co-conspirator. And I always said one of them would turn. I figured it would be Rocky Pennington, and I think Rocky Pennington did turn. Actually, did speak to some sources, but apparently even before that, Josh Drew, again, he talked to Waldman, and he's the reason all of that came up. He's the reason that counterclaim statement existed. So it does beg the question, why the fuck was this never presented? And maybe we will get an answer to that one day. I'm not sure.